I did it again. I did it again. See, here's the thing. This is the second time. I mute myself on the off chance that I start and I say something off mic that's not supposed to be on the mic, and I keep telling myself I'll remember to turn it on, and then I don't. This is the second time this happened. I don't know why this is happening to me. What is it about the mute button? Do I forget? I literally turned it off, my mic, 5 seconds before I hit stream, and then for some reason I have a hard time registering in my brain, hey, by the way, fool, turn your mic back on. I don't understand why that's happening. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Will with Exposing the IWC, and today, now that I have my mic turned on, we're talking about Night of Champions and SmackDown in Saudi Arabia. Okay, now, I doubt anything bad is going to happen. I think it's all going to go smoothly. I believe that the Saudi Arabian government has every incentive to make sure that things go smoothly. Okay, they don't want any type of bad PR when it comes to WWE or any other sporting event. The whole point of hosting these events is to make the country look good and have good PR. So the last thing they want is for people to be flying over there and shit happens. Okay, so they're going to make sure, to the best of their ability, that everything goes pretty smoothly, you would think. So I don't think we have to worry about it. I think things will go fine, and they'll go over there, they'll have the show, they'll come back, my mic will be unmuted, and we'll be good, okay? I don't think Saudi Arabia fans will boo CM Punk. I think they'll cheer him very, very loudly. These are, at the end of the day, no matter what country you're in, these are WWE fans and they're marks, and they will react like any mark would, okay? They're going to chant CM Punk like they're going to, I mean, come on. They're not going to boo CM Punk. They want for WWE superstars to come back. They want for the stars to feel loved and appreciated. So they're going to react like any other fans would, no matter where they are. WWE fans are WWE fans in Saudi, Mexico, America, wherever, okay? Once again, I will not start a stream with my mic muted again, okay? I'll have to do something to make sure that doesn't happen. Maybe some type of reminder, like a sticky note, because that's the second time it's happened. And it's now I'm really mad at myself, which is why I'm still thinking about it. Anyway, can we talk about the lack of championships being defended? It actually doesn't make a lot of sense. So we're going to talk about the card in general. We're going to talk about SmackDown. We're going to talk about Night Champions and all the conversation about championships being defended or lack of championships being defended. We'll talk about. Do me a favor. Before we continue, just hit like. Okay, just hit like right now. Just one little button. Just hit it. No issues. No restrictions. Just hit it for me real quick. And let's get started. Saudi crowds are always quiet for the women matches. Not always. Now, in the capital, it is. Where they're going now, sometimes it is. They're actually more, when it comes to Crown Jewel, they're actually more loud than there are for the capital. I don't know why that is. Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why that is, but we'll see. Maybe it'll be different this time. But typically, when they go to the capital, it is kind of quiet for the women's matches. But other city, not. I can't remember off the top of my head what city it is, but typically isn't over there. Anyway, so they're going to Saudi. You're going to have a match. There's 3 championship matches on SmackDown in Saudi, which has folks wondering why the hell are these not happening on the PLE. I don't really care that much, honestly. But I understand the confusion. The show is called Night of Champions, and you're having only 2 title matches on the card. I think what they're doing here is, well, not think. They're definitely combining the King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring PLE with the Night of Champions PLE, combining it for some reason. Therefore, 2 of the matches have to be, I guess you can call them championship matches in the sense that you're getting a prize with the crown, right? I get it. It's weird. Do I care that much? No. Okay, we're getting matches on the Saudi card in for SmackDown because they want SmackDown to be a big show. I get it. I don't blame them. So they're spreading it out a little bit. I don't really mind it. Let's start with the first match on SmackDown that I want to talk about, which is the match that the Joshis are excited about. It is Giulia taking on Zelina Vega. Unfortunately, this match didn't get much of a build. Zelina Vega cut a promo saying that she's gonna face Giulia face to face and speak her mind. Didn't really happen. They got a little bit of like a internet exclusive sit down, but it wasn't really a sit down. Just like a face promo where they said some lines. Wasn't that interesting. Unfortunately, they didn't get much of a story here. Kind of feel for Zelina Vega. The writing is on the wall. Giulia is Triple H's favorite thing right now. He is not favorite, but one of his favorites. He very much wants to push this woman. She is a priority. She's an investment. He has a goal of elevating Giulia. So it's going to happen. When a promoter has it in for you, you will get it. Okay, when what's for you is for you. And Triple H had decided a long time ago that he wants to elevate this woman, and he doesn't want his investment to look weird or look like, why you spend so much time recruiting her? You don't have a plan. He has a plan. And the first part of this plan involves her winning gold. Zelina Vega's reign will end here, and he'll put the belt on Giulia, and that'll be that. How long will this match go? Who knows? Probably like somewhere between, well, it's a 3-hour show, right? Really? Right? 3-hour show, SmackDown? Maybe like 10, 15 minutes. Why is it not on the PLE? Well, because it is, I have to be honest, I don't think this match screams PLE, respectfully. This match on SmackDown, I think it makes sense. I think Zelina Vega is a solid talent. I'm a fan of her mic work. In ring, she's just okay. This is the time to put the belt on Giulia and see how much of a star you can make here. That's what's going to happen. We'll see how it goes. I don't like her finisher, Northern Lights Bomb. I think she should change it to the Giulia Driver. I think the Giulia Driver is a better finisher. Right now it's her signature. I think she needs to change it and use the Giulia Driver. I'm sorry, the Glorious Driver. That's her finish. That's what should be her finisher, the Glorious Driver, but it's not. I don't like the Northern Lights Bomb, but it is what it is. Any objections? Giulia is winning, but the match should be solid. It'll be fine. Giulia is getting hate before even winning the title. Is she getting hate? I mean, you have it from both sides. You have people who think Zelina Vega is not worthy, and that Giulia should squash her. And the other side think that Zelina Vega is getting screwed, and Giulia is getting hyped up, and have the Joshi coming in here and being fed the belt. It is what it is. But Giulia wins. I'll be surprised if there's a kind of wonky finish or somebody DQ or something like that. Giulia might cheat maybe to protect Zelina Vega, but I doubt that happens. I think Giulia wins clean with a pretty generic Northern Lights Bomb, and I'll be that. I don't know why she said she doesn't care about the title. I think she's just saying, she's being a heel. She's saying, look, this is more important to you than it is to me, okay? I just want the belt to, it's not about the belt. It's about getting the belt, beating you to progress my career and use it as a stepping stone to get what I want to get. And yeah, it's just babyface heel stuff. She doesn't care that much about the belt. She just wants to like use the belts for as long as it's helpful for her and gets her where she wants to go, she'll use it. But Giulia wins, simple as that. SmackDown match is what it is. Next match we'll talk about here is Street Profits against the Wyatt Six. I wish I cared more about the Wyatt Six, but I don't. Street Profits had better retain because Wyatt is dropping the belt to Wyatt Six right now. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how this goes. Will there be any funny business? Will there be some heel work here from the Wyatt Six? I don't know. Will other tag teams try to get involved, like DIY or Motor City Machine Guns? I don't know. But I do believe that the Street Profits should retain. Profits will win because the tag division will help them. I don't know why. Okay, that's one before by Giulia. Yeah, I think Street Profits should win this match. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, I'd be surprised if they didn't. Yeah. they need to do more to make me care about not the Street Profits, make me care about the Wyatt Six, character motivations, character work, something beyond them just coming down there and being spooky. I need to see something more from them. Right now, I'll go with the Street Profits for sure, retaining. And anything else happens, it'd be kind of weird. Did you hear those Giulia chants on the main event against BFAB? I did. She's getting over on the main event. We'll see what happens tonight. Well, not tonight. We'll see what happens on the night she challenged it for the title on Friday, which will be 1 p.m. Eastern time, by the way. Keep that in mind. It'll be live on Netflix, 1 o'clock Eastern time in America on the East Coast. And you can watch it later on. But if you want to watch it live, you have to watch it on Netflix. I'm not on USA Network. That'll be a replay. So if you're at work or you won't be able to watch it live on Netflix, avoid Twitter because you will be spoiled. That's for damn sure. Last women standing match. Now I criticized or damn near mocked Tiffany Stratton for coming down there and challenging Nia Jax to a last woman standing match, knowing damn well that Naomi wants to cash in on her. Felt like a weird decision. Now some will say, hey, but she's a babyface. Like, because you're a babyface, you have to be stupid. I don't agree with that. I think a last woman standing match is the perfect time to get cashed in on. It'll be grueling. It'll be a war. And you'll be ripe for the picking. You'll be ripe for the picking if you are Tiffany Stratton. So I don't think it's a smart idea. I think it would have been better for Nia Jax to challenge her to a last woman standing match, and then the babyface wanting to not back down, rise to the occasion, and then she says, fine, Nia, I accept. Instead, they had Tiffany think about it for a week, and with no like, for no reason, she's like, okay, Nia Jax, I'm gonna wrestle you, but now let's do it in the last woman standing match. For the purposes of what? Like, she gave no reason for why she picked that stipulation. She just wanted to do it. Okay, but why? Feels like a setup. I think it would have been smarter to have the babyface get challenged with that, and she accepted, rather than the babyface coming up with that on her own, knowing damn well that last week Naomi said, I'm gonna cash in on your ass, you know? This is a perfect time for a cash-in attempt. Naomi is traveling to Saudi, I'm sure. It would be weird if she didn't try to cash in at all, which leads me to believe what's going to happen here. If Naomi's going to fail her attempt, what's going to happen? I don't think she's going to fail the cash in, but she may fail to the attempt to cash in, right? Maybe she'll try and then she gets stopped before she can. How does that happen? Why does it happen? I don't know. At this point, the only thing I'm clear about is that Nia Jax will not walk away with the belt. I think it's 50-50. Tiffany retains and leaves with the belt, or Naomi catches in successfully. Remember, when Tiffany cashed in on Naomi was facing, when she cashed in on Nia Jax, Naomi was there. Naomi was facing Nia Jax on an episode of SmackDown. Tiffany interfered. Tiffany then cashed in on Nia Jax after Bianca Belair hit the KOD on Nia Jax, right? So it's an episode of SmackDown, and Naomi and Nia Jax were involved. So wouldn't it be poetic if on an episode of SmackDown, a big one in Saudi, Naomi comes up on a title match with Nia Jax and Tiffany and cashes in? Makes sense. Poetry, it rhymes. It could happen. You never know. I say it's 50-50. Would I do it? I think I would. And I talked about it already. I would pull the trigger here on Naomi winning before SummerSlam. That way, the SummerSlam match can have some heat. Because right now, to be completely honest with you, going to the SummerSlam, the title matches will have no heat. Okay? And why do I say that? Well, what do I believe that the matches are? I believe you're getting Rhea versus Io and Jade versus Tiffany right now. This is babyface, 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 babyface. Okay? So, No heat. No heat, no real drama. It's a respect thing. It's I'm better than you thing. It's no real heat or intrigue there beyond the result of the match. Face versus face and face versus face. If Naomi cashes in before SummerSlam, now you have a heel versus face with Naomi and Jade. They hate each other. There's heat. There's actual tension. It makes more sense to me. But again, they tease Jade, Tiffany from the beginning. I always say the SummerSlam match is always typically, not always, but a lot of the time is linked to WrestleMania. Raw after Mania, got this visual. This was a Raw after Mania. The second SmackDown after Mania, you got this visual. Okay, so Raw after Mania, second SmackDown after Mania. They give it to you early. I'm telling you, they give it to you early and you wait until they get the payoff later. This is the direction they're going from the very beginning. Then you have to waste time, you waste time, you waste time. Okay, SummerSlam, now we can pull the trigger on what we teased back around WrestleMania. So, I would have Naomi cash in now. Now, to give the SummerSlam match some heat. So yeah, she can cash in here, or she can cash in Evolution. But more likely, they'll probably just wait and do Tiffany, Jade, and then have Naomi cash in there. But I just think for the sake of having some actual tension and heat heading into SummerSlam, let's do face versus heel. Let's do Nia Jax versus Jade. Does that make sense? Asuka should win Queen of the Ring and turn on Io. Solid story. I just think it's not going to happen. Man, if Naomi catches in on Tiffany, we probably going to get Jade versus Naomi again. Hell not. Well, why not? That was not for the championship. Now championship's involved. It's a completely different dynamic. A completely different dynamic. When they faced each other before, I hate you. That's it, right? Now, Jade is facing Naomi for the goal, for the prize of the belt. It's not about hate. It's like, okay, I don't like you, but I'm going to face you at SummerSlam because you're champion. It's a completely different dynamic, a completely different story beat. Jade wants the belt, and somebody she hates has it. That's different from what they're doing before. And then when you add in the element of Bianca Belair at SummerSlam, that's when it gets juicy. Because I think what they could do is the big three story beat at SummerSlam. And that does not involve Tiffany. If you're doing champion Naomi versus Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair plays a part, that is good storytelling for me. Because that will set the stage for the rest of the year, I think. If you have the big three story beat at SummerSlam involving Bianca, Jade, and Naomi, that storyline can then carry the rest of the way, depending on what they do. Naomi catching in on Tiffany and Jade at SummerSlam, it's like, okay, that's fine. Sure. But I just think it'd be more interesting if the Bianca Belair variable was like hovering over that match. Like what's going to happen with Bianca Belair when it's Naomi and Jade at SummerSlam, rather than is Naomi going to cash in the SummerSlam match? Of course she is. Okay. We have Tiffany versus Jade have a match. Naomi comes down, cashes in. Okay. What is Bianca doing? We don't know. I think it's more interesting to have Bianca Belair be the variable for the Jade Naomi match at SummerSlam. But whatever. You want to have Tiffany saying it's TV time all the way to SummerSlam? That's fine. Sure. There's just no heat there. Like, there's just no heat between Tiffany and Jade. Nothing. But we'll see. We'll see. Cashing in at SummerSlam is way better than cashing at... Nah, not really. Tiffany cashed in at freaking SmackDown. Tiffany cashed in on SmackDown. If the story beat is better, here's the thing. That's fine. Cashing in at SummerSlam is fine. But if you have a better story beat, a better storyline beat at SummerSlam that involves Bianca, Jade, and Naomi, then who cares about cash-in? They're gonna pop for the cash-in no matter what. It all depends on what the plan is for SummerSlam. If you have a great story beat for SummerSlam, then who cares about when the cash-in happens? Everybody predicting it. Oh, it's gonna happen at SummerSlam. It's gonna happen at SummerSlam. So, if you have a better story beat for SummerSlam, then who cares about when the cash-in happens? The cash-in is a pop regardless. That's a given. Whether it's SmackDown, whether it's Evolution, whether it's SummerSlam, you're gonna get the same pop. Everybody always pop for the cash-in. Now you have a better story beat for SummerSlam than you have two pops. You know what I'm saying? You have two big moments. One before SummerSlam with the cash in, and then have the big story beat with Bianca, Jade, and Naomi at SummerSlam, similar to what happened with Dom turning on Rhea Ripley and kissing Liv Morgan. What kind of big SummerSlam story beats? You have that happening rather than a cash in. Like they're gonna cash in, they're gonna pop for the cash in no matter what. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, 50-50. Tiffany wins and walks away with the belt, or Naomi catches in and take the belt. It's a perfect opportunity for her to do it. We'll see what they do. I do believe Tiffany's time is coming to an end. You just know. You always know when someone's going to lose the belt. One thing you notice about WWE, they have their planned storylines when it comes to certain characters. Once the storyline is done, they get bored very quickly and they move on. Case in point, Bayley. Bayley had a big story beat with Damage Control. Remember that? Remember how Damage Control was talking behind her back, and then she called him out, and the crowd went crazy, and she won the Royal Rumble, and they were saying, "Oh, she sucks, and she's not going to challenge me." And what did she do? She challenged Io, and the crowd erupted. Then she had that big moment at WrestleMania where she beat Io, so she wins the Rumble, turns on Damage Control, big story beat. Then she wins at that big moment at WrestleMania. And what happened? They had nothing. Her reign from Mania to SummerSlam was trash. You know why? Because the story they wanted to tell was over and they were bored. Look at Jey Uso. Jey Uso had the storyline with Gunther. I can't beat Gunther. I'm the underdog. Crowd loves me. I can't have the moment. I keep failing to win the big one. What do he do? Wins the big one. Jey Uso's story is told. Great. Yeeting. Then what? Okay, we're done with this story. Come on, Gunther. Once the character has their moment, creative gets bored. Once the character gets their moment, creative gets bored. And they move on very quickly. You see it time and time again. You should be afraid when your favorite gets their big moment, the big story moment, because then it's over very quickly. Because, okay, we told the story, now what do we do? I don't know. Unless you're Cody and they have multiple stories lined up, pretty much over. I'll give you more examples if you want. Let's see, who else had a big story beat and after that was kind of over? Bayley, Tiffany. Oh yeah, now it's Tiffany. Now, let's talk about Tiffany now. Tiffany wins Money in the Bank, had storyline with Nia Jax, right? Oh, I'm her friend, but really I'm not. I gotta cash in. When's the cash in gonna happen? When is the cash in gonna happen? She cashes in. Big moment for Tiffany, right? Then they have the storyline with Charlotte Flair. Beat Charlotte Flair. Oh, we're the copy of each other. I'm the young gun. You're the old head. We're both blondes. We both have athleticism. Now it's my turn to beat the old head. She beats Charlotte Flair. Oh, I have my moment. Now what? Nothing. Boring story beats. Nothing going on because they're done. They're done. They've moved on to Naomi. Now you see Naomi having all these character moments, all these social media shit, right? They've moved on. So now it's only a matter of time until Tiffany drops the belt because they're done creatively with the story they wanted to tell. When the character has their storyline done, wrapped up, look out. Look out. They don't care anymore and they move on. Rhea, after her Netflix debut, similar. She had her big Netflix debut, match happened, and okay, now what are you gonna do? It's over. Yeah, because she beat Liv Morgan, right? That was the whole storyline. Rhea Ripley, she got to get back on Liv Morgan. She had to defeat her for the belt, right? She beats Liv Morgan, and then what? We're done. Okay. We do Rhea Ripley against Io or Bianca, or you know what? We'll push off Rhea Ripley storylines. Let's have Io come in and beat her. Remember how random that was? Io beat her out of nowhere because they were done. So, keep in mind, when the character has their big story moment and it's over, they are ready to move on. All right, let's move on to the actual PLE. Sami Zayn against Karrion Kross. God bless him. All right, the man's on the PLE. He's been getting a lot of cheers lately. Go listen to his pops on Main Event. Good for him. I love it for him. He will lose. But it doesn't matter because we established on Raw when Sami Zayn punched him in the face, what do you say? Haha, got him, right? Him losing doesn't hurt him at all. Because at the end of the day, he can say, my goal was to push Sami I pushed him over the edge. I lost, but my goal was accomplished. You can have Sami Zayn turn heel or have like a moment of crisis with his character. Things can happen out of this match, even if Cross loses. I think Cross will lose, but ultimately he'll win, if that makes sense. He'll win the war, but lose the match. I got Sami Zayn winning this match. What's Io's story? Io has a similar situation. Let me wait on Io. I'll talk about Io. Let's get through this. I'll talk about Io after this. I got Sami winning. Any disagreements there? I don't think so. Moving on. Rhea and Raquel. So Rhea and Raquel have matches at a PLE. Good for them. I think this was the spot for Io and Liv Morgan. If you don't know, the reports are, and I think it's obvious, the plan was for Io Sky to face Liv Morgan. Unfortunately, Liv Morgan's injury took her out. I think this match is replacing the women's match on the card. It would have been Io and Liv Morgan. Now we're getting Raquel versus Rhea Ripley on a PLE with no real stakes. It's just a street fight, whatever. I think Rhea wins. Now, the fact that this is a street fight tells you all you need to know about the longevity of this feud. This feud is not lasting long. This is a little minor stopgap for Rhea Ripley. Give her something to do, a little filler, because the ultimate goal is for her to win the belt by facing Io. So in the time being, they give her Raquel a big stipulation right at the gate. This feud will not end very long, or this feud will not go very long. Raquel will team up with Raquel. Raquel will team up with Raquel. Okay. Raquel will team up with Roxanne and go in the tag division. This is just a short little filler feud. Rhea Ripley wins this, and we move, okay? But I like it for Raquel. Big spot for Raquel. Hopefully she shows well here. Will Roxanne get involved? Probably. But Rhea Ripley will win. You can even have Nikki Bella get involved. Now, I don't know if Nikki Bella's traveling to Saudi Arabia, but if she is, Nikki Bella come out here, helps Rhea Ripley win. You get Rhea Ripley and Nikki Bella against Raquel and Roxanne at Evolution, whatever. But, well, not whatever. I think that's going to happen. I think you're getting Roxanne and Raquel versus Rhea Ripley and Nikki Bella. Then you have Brie show up. And then you transition Rhea Ripley to Io, and Brie and Nikki can face Raquel and Roxanne. Also, you gotta look out for now Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. It's possible you can have Alexa and Charlotte taking on Raquel and Roxanne at SummerSlam. I do think Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss will be a tag team. That's a big tag team match at SummerSlam. Charlotte, Alexa, Roxanne, Raquel. That's big. So maybe you do Brie and Nikki against in a tag team match, right? At Evolution. And then you do Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss against Roxanne and Raquel. Because I'd have Roxanne and Raquel retain, unless you want to have Brie and Nikki have be on the roster for a little bit longer. I don't know. If it's just a one-off, then have the twins face Roxanne and Raquel, lose at Evolution, then Roxanne and Raquel can face Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam. Nikki not going to Saudi? Okay. Or then Rhea will win 2-on-1. So take out Roxanne as well. You know how she does. All right, so Rhea Ripley wins. Moving on, you got Fatu against Solo. I love what Solo is doing. Solo Sikoa has been great. His character work has been funny. He's doing a very good job. I like him a lot right now. Do I think he beat Jacob? No. But I think even if Jacob retains, we could see the arrival of Hikuleo, who's been on the main event getting some reps in. I think he shows up here. But I still think that Jacob will retain. But I wouldn't be shocked if he lost, depending on when they bring in Hikuleo as a new member of Solo's crew. But I got Jacob retaining. Again, I'm a fan of Solo Sikoa. I like what he's doing. He's great right now. Maybe you bring in new guy here. but we'll see. If Solo loses to Jacob, who does Jacob face at SummerSlam? Well, they did tease not Solo. They teased Damian Priest and Jacob not too long ago. You could do Jacob against Damian Priest at SummerSlam. So yeah, they teased that not too long ago. Bathroom break match, that's not nice. Solo should win for the story. I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. I could see Solo winning. I have no problem with that one bit. Especially if they have Hikulelu arrive and show up here, then I think it makes sense for him to win. If you want to make a big deal out of him, then he should win. If he doesn't show up, then Jacob retains. But yeah, I like what Solo is doing. I'm gonna go with Jacob retaining for now, assuming there's no interference. If there's interference from Hikulelu, then I think Solo wins. Next match. Whoa! Randy against Cody freaking Rhodes. This is a match long in the making. Mentor and mentee, Cody Randy. I think the outcome is obvious for multiple reasons, right? Randy already faced John Cena, number one. And two, there's no way in hell Cody Rhodes is not facing John Cena. Therefore, Cody must win to face John Cena at SummerSlam. Now, even though the result is obvious, the story beat is interesting, assuming Randy turns. I think it's time that Randy turns heel. And you can have a program with Randy and Cody that goes long. Like, I think a heel run from Randy here has a lot of legs, a lot of history, a lot of story here. It makes all the sense in the world for this loss to turn Randy. That means Randy lost again. Randy wants to be champion. He was losing, lost last year to Gunther. Now his good friend Cody beat him. This could turn him heel. I want to see Randy turn heel. Maybe not immediately, but this loss will propel him to turn heel. But I think it's obvious. Cody wins here, facing John Cena at SummerSlam. Don't love the U.S. title being hot potatoed? Well, that's probably why Jacob will probably retain anyway, so. Randy will be heel at SummerSlam, costing Cody. I like that idea. I said that on Twitter. I think that if you wanted John Cena to keep the belt past SummerSlam, you have Randy turn heel at SummerSlam. That's a big story beat with a lot of story to go. You can have Cody Rhodes, Randy heel Randy against Cody be like a story that goes all the way to Survivor Series if you want it, right? Yeah, if you're going to have Cody lose, I want the reason to be Randy heel, not Travis Scott or crying out loud, or even The Rock. Give me a heel Randy screwing Cody, assuming you want Cody to lose. Give me heel Randy doing it, and you can do AJ Cena. You can do other stuff later on. But I just wonder, what's weird about that is, I feel like fast tracking Cody John Cena gives me the sense that Cody's gonna win. Because if John Cena was gonna retain, why are you fast tracking it in Saudi? You could do Cena CM Punk in Paris or somewhere else. So I feel like they're fast tracking it in Saudi because Cena won't be champion after SummerSlam. I feel, but I could be wrong. That's what my gut is telling me. My gut is telling me Cody will get the belt back at SummerSlam, which is why they're fast tracking CM Punk, John Cena now. But I could see Randy screwing Cody, and maybe the better story beat, honestly. Maybe better to do that, honestly. I don't know. Next match. Got the legend, Asuka, taking on Jade Cargill. For the Queen of the Ring, the winner will face the champion of their respective brands. By the way, you know how the Queen and King of the Ring, they had the alternate semifinals? By that I mean, at the cross-brand semifinals. So a Raw person faces a SmackDown person in semifinals. Why did that happen? We kind of know why. The men's match dictated it. As you can see here, Jade is SmackDown, Asuka's Raw. So they had no reason to do cross brand semifinals, right? The reason why they did that, they wanted Randy and Cody. They're both on SmackDown. Therefore, the only way they could get that match in the finals if they did the cross brand semifinals. So you're wondering why that happened? This is why. This match is why. Okay, so that's why they did that. It's always interesting why. It had to be a reason. It's so random. This year we're doing a cross brand semifinals. Like, why doing that? Like, why? Here is the why. They wanted Cody, Randy in the finals. Only way you could do that is if they switched it up from last year. Because if not, it would have been Cody, Randy in the semifinals, right? So that's why it happened. Because as you can see, we have Raw against SmackDown here. Jay's gonna win. Moving on. I'm joking. But yeah, Jay's gonna win. She's winning. Now there's some delusional folks on Twitter that would have you believe that Asuka's gonna win this match. I'm not sure how genuine that is. I wonder sometimes. I think half the people think that Asuka will actually win. And the other half know damn well Jade is winning, but they want to rile up their followers and say, they better not fumble Asuka. They better not fumble her. Jade is winning the match, okay? I'll give you like a multiple reasons why. Jade Cargill is the woman that they had beating Nia Jax originally for the belt at SummerSlam, at WrestleMania. Go back and look at that damn video with the dry erase board in the back. They had Jade beating Nia Jax for the belt. Okay? So, think about that. The woman that had beating Nia Jax for the championship at WrestleMania is now in a final. You're going to lose. This woman is protected like hell. All the time. Protected. She doesn't take any loss that was not protected. Naomi had every opportunity to interfere in the first round or the second round, and she didn't. They have set this up for Jade Cargill to win. This will be her first actual accolade. Asuka had a lot of accolades. Jade has none. This will be her first singles match that she gets an accolade from. She'll be King of the Ring. She'll be Queen of the Ring. And that'll be her first big trophy or first big thing she gets as a singles competitor. And it's time. I'm not saying that's what should happen. I'm saying that's what's going to happen. Jade's going to win. She'll probably power out of some submission, hit the Jaded, and that'll be it. Will it hurt Asuka? No. She's won it all. She's a veteran. She's been around the block. She's Teflon. She can't be hurt. It'll be a big moment for Jade Cargill. It's going to happen. Don't kid yourself, okay? Who will she face at SummerSlam? That depends. It'll be either Tiffany or Naomi. If it's up to me, she face Naomi for the heat, for the storyline. But she could easily face Tiffany. Less heat. I don't really like the interaction between the two. Sometimes I feel like it's two heels talking. It's two baby faces. Kind of sound like heels often. It's a weird dynamic. I don't want to see that storyline with Tiffany's cutting a promo on Jade and Jade cutting a promo on Tiffany. That feels weird. So yeah, I want Naomi to cash in before then, for the sake of not having to deal with the Tiffany Jade storyline build, where they're cutting promos on each other. Spare me that. Give me Naomi. That's what I want to see. But maybe that's just me. Maybe that is just me. But yeah, Asuka's losing. Sorry. Jade and Tiffany are better heels. I agree. They're better in division with barely any heels. Actually, according to Melzer, Jade was going to be champion at Mania. That's what I said. Win it or beat champion at Mania? Like walk-in champion at Mania? Because according to the dry erase board, the match was Bianca and Rhea and Nia Jax versus Jade Cargill, which means Jade Cargill was going to win the Rumble before her injury. Think about that. She was going to win the Rumble, face Nia Jax. Now you're telling me she's going to lose or get pinned and submit to a returning Asuka? I don't see. Yes, Richard, that's exactly what's going to happen. Asuka probably faces Io at Evolution. Yeah, her or I think so. That makes sense. Asuka versus Io at Evolution. Makes sense. Last match on the card, the big one. CM Punk in Saudi versus John Cena for the championship. The result is pretty obvious. I think I think we all know that John Cena is going to win this. How? Cheating, of course. I don't want to see any Travis Scott. I don't want to see any nonsense like that. But he wins by cheating. That's that. Yeah, I don't know. I think after this, CM Punk can move on to someone else, like Gunther or whatever, or Seth Rollins. But Cena will move on to Cody Rhodes. Hopefully this match is good. Again, I don't think CM Punk has to worry about the crowd. These are WWE fans. They're marks. They're not gonna say, "Oh, boo, CM Punk. You don't want to go to Saudi Arabia." They don't. They're gonna cheer him. These are fans who are excited to see their heroes. Oh my God, it's CM Punk. Oh my God, it's John Cena. These are fans. No matter where you are, your fans. They're gonna cheer CM Punk. You're gonna see nothing but CM Punk chants. Okay. Now John Cena will probably get a good reaction, but you get your typical "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks" stuff. That's gonna happen. Again, no matter where you are, these are your typical WWE fans. WWE fan gonna be a WWE fan no matter where they are. Okay, so he'll get cheered, but he's gonna lose. And that's pretty much that. I don't really have anything storyline wise to think about because I think after this is over, you move on to Cena Cody. So yeah, I don't know what the story beat would be here beyond him cheating. And that is your wrap up for the show. That's your predictions, guys. So you're gonna get, in conclusion, Giulia beats Zelina. Street Profits win. I would have Naomi cash in here, but for the result, Tiffany wins. Sami Zayn, Rhea Ripley. I'll lean Jacob with 2, but if Solo has some help, I'll go Solo. But I don't mean JC Mateo. I'm talking about Hikalelu. He shows up, Solo wins. If not, Jacob retains. Obviously, Cody wins this, of course. I think it's obvious Jade wins also. And you get John Cena obvious. So the entire card. So what's the most like up in the air match? I think Jade wins clearly. I think Cody wins clearly. I think Rhea wins, considering she got laid out on Raw. I think Sami wins. This match is probably the most up in the air match. Yeah, Jacob Solo is the most up in the air match, I would think. Least obvious outcome. Why can't Rhea lose? Roxanne can help Raquel. I mean, she can. She can. If I'm predicting it, I'll say Rhea wins. Because when in doubt, pick Rhea, right? When in doubt, you pick Rhea Ripley. Yeah, she can win. I mean, she can lose. She can lose. I just doubt it. Raquel looks stupid as the weakling tag partner jobber they have been portraying her as the past year. I agree. I don't love the way she's been booked. Her booking in NXT was better. You can make her an actual legitimate threat to Rhea Ripley. I do like that they had her put her through the table. I like that. They should do more of that. Raquel should not be any like loser. She should be a strong competitor that is a problem to beat. And I think they can make Raquel a bigger deal and a stronger deal. I do believe they dropped the ball with her a little bit. I mean, a little bit, a lot. She should have been a legitimate force against Rhea Ripley to give her some actual adversity. Funny, they always bring in Raquel and Nia Jax. You notice that now? When Rhea Ripley needs a mini feud, they bring in Nia Jax or Raquel. Those are two now because they're bigger women. They're imposing. Bring them in to have a little spat, but then it ends pretty quickly. But yeah, those are the go-to for Hey, we need Rhea Ripley look weak for a second. Okay, bring in Raquel, bring in Nia Jax. That's how to use them. Jacob should not be losing this early. Guess not. And Triple H won't book Rhea to win all the time. Well, she lost the Queen of the Ring, didn't she? She lost at Mania. She lost at the match before Mania. So Rhea has been losing, folks. She's been losing. Lost to Io, lost at Mania, lost the qualifying match, or the first round match for the Queen of the Ring. She's been losing. So let's stop that narrative for right now. Let's put a halt to that narrative. She's losing. So winning at a PLE is not going to be a shock for me at this point, okay? She's been losing. Let's see. She lost the Queen of the Ring, lost the ladder match. She didn't win the Money in the Bank, did she? She won the 6-woman tag match, right? Won the Money in the Bank qualifying, right? Yeah, but she's been losing for the most part. Been 50-50. Yeah, so look, since the title match, right? She lost to Io. Lost to Io at Mania. She beat Roxanne. She beat Giulia and Roxanne with Io. She beat Kyrie and Zoe Stark in the qualifying match. She lost. No, she won the SmackDown 6-woman tag. Lost the Money in the Bank ladder match, and she lost the Queen of the Ring Fatal 4-Way. So not that bad. Not some like she's not winning every match. That's not happening. Anything else about the PLE that I missed? Covered all the matches. Covered the storylines. What do you want to talk about? Reed Scroll. Ministry of Dark. What is your complaint about Io now? I don't even care that she's dropping the belt, to be honest. But tell me one reason why Rhea should beat Io for the belt. Why she should? She has hogged the belt since it's been introduced. 3 world title reigns in 1 year. Why should Rhea beat Io? I'm not saying she should. Are you asking me why it's going to happen, or why should it happen if it's going to happen? Should is not the answer I want to use because this is all fiction, right? The writers want to put the belt on Rhea Ripley for a storyline they want to tell. We don't know the story, so they may have a good storyline. So my answer could be, well, they put a belt on Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam because they have a good storyline they want to tell. We don't know, but maybe that's why. I don't know why they should do it. I would have to be in the creative room to know that why it should happen. I can tell you why I think it's going to happen, but I can't tell you why it should happen. I would have to be in the creative room to see that. Jade would have beaten Rhea Ripley. What are we talking about? I don't think so. If she would won her Queen of the Ring match, she would have won the whole thing. Who? Rhea Ripley? I agree, for sure. That's why she had to lose. What's up, brother? Nero Zero. What's up? Elder Scrolls 4. Okay. Reed Scroll. Rhea Ripley rarely losing one-on-one matches. Exactly. That's why she had to lose in the first round. Fatal 4-Way. Don't take a pin. Triple H ain't booking Rhea to lose to Jade Cargill. I agree. He ain't doing that. At least not right now. Which is why Rhea had to lose in the Fatal 4-Way. Get her out of the way. Make room for the Jade Cargill win. Not a doubt in my mind. Not a doubt in my mind that Jade wins the whole entire thing. This has been the plan from the very beginning, folks. Gave it to you early. Gave it to you early. Whenever you want to know what's the plan for SummerSlam, look at what they do around Mania. Mania and SummerSlam are linked. Very much so, typically. Cena won the belt at Mania. What's going to happen? You're going to rematch at SummerSlam. Rhea Ripley teasing Raw after Mania. That's your SummerSlam match. Second SmackDown after Mania. That's your SummerSlam match. SummerSlam and Mania are like this, creatively, typically, especially when there's a title change. It's usually linked. Your rematch probably happens there. Anyway, that's that. Raquel should win at Night of Champions. That depends. Is the feud going to continue? Then yes. If not, no. Speaking of Ivy Now, you said should Rhea Ripley get a feud with Ivy Now? If you watch Raw, they're teasing an Ivy Now Stephanie Becker feud. I think that feud goes for a little bit, I guess. I think that's probably the direction for Stephanie. When you have a talent like Stephanie, she's not going to be in the main storyline or be in the forefront of stories. Gotta give her something. I think they're going to have Ivy Now face Stephanie for a bit. Because when Ivy Now was talking to Chad Gable said, he mentioned Stephanie's name. So that is a storyline thing. So I don't know why else you would do that. So I'm guessing you're going to get Stephanie against Ivy for a little bit. That's fine. If you don't have plans for her, you gotta figure out something to do. Ivy Now, Stephanie Becker, Luchadora, American Made, the whole America versus Mexico thing they got going on. I can see that happening for Stephanie, the Ivy Now feud. She'll win the feud, so it'll be fine. Give her something, that's all. Okay. I said I was going to talk about EO, so let's do it. Rhea needs more heel women's wrestlers, and Liv Morgan is injured. Well, according to reports, after SummerSlam, you're getting the draft. So that's a perfect time. Oh my God, that is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh my, it's horrendous. Look at this. Check this out. This is like god awful. Look at this. Oh my God, that's like the, what in the hell? That was a bad backfired. Oh, he moved and it went up and it caught him like, ah, my God, that's a terrible bump. How you break something, or that's horrendous. That's awful. Okay, I'm sorry that I saw that. That's awful. Anyway, Asuka should turn heel. Sure, just not right now, but sure, why not? I think it's gonna happen, but not in the tournament. Maybe afterwards. You may get Asuka EO at Evolution anyway, especially considering it looks like Stephanie's gonna be with Ivy Now. If that's the case, you can get EO against Asuka at Evolution. Asuka EO at Evolution makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense. Oh yeah, I gotta talk about EO now. Ministry of Dark reminded me. So, at this point, I think it's quite clear. We all know that EO was going to be working with Liv Morgan at Night of Champions. That match is not happening because of Liv Morgan's injury. That's unfortunate. It sucks for her, but more it sucks for Liv Morgan. But that was going to be her match, right? Like I was kind of saying before, this entire thing is story driven. EO was used at Mania to facilitate Bianca and Rhea Ripley not getting the belt. There was a story between Bianca and Rhea they wanted to tell, and to pull it off, they needed a third party. EO winning the belt and retaining wasn't really about EO. It was more about the Rhea Ripley Bianca feud. We see now, post Mania, clear that the decision to give her the belt wasn't about, oh, we want to tell a story with EO. Therefore, she needs the belt. That wasn't the purpose of it. It's about Bianca and Rhea Ripley and them not being champions. I believe, of course, they didn't see Bianca's injury happening. So you would have had Bianca and Rhea Ripley in Money in the Bank. Remember, the injuries make them pivot, right? Originally, of course, the assumption was Bianca and Rhea Ripley both come out healthy, right? If Bianca Belair is in Money in the Bank, if Rhea Ripley is in Money in the Bank, then Bianca Belair would have been Money in the Bank. And Giulia, who's working 2 storylines at the time, would have been outs. She would have had Giulia going after Zelina Vega, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley both in Money in the Bank. They have another story beat, another interaction. That's where this was going. But of course, they didn't foresee Bianca Belair breaking her finger. So yeah, Io Sky was used to get the belt off of Rhea Ripley and keep it off of Bianca while they tell the storyline. As you can see, post-Mania, Io Sky is not given a storyline. That's how it is. They were not, wasn't about her being champion, tell a story. That's just reality situation. Now you could be mad about that and say, oh, go back to Japan. I think that's crazy considering most of the talent get that same type of treatment. Unfortunately, look at Tiffany right now. She's doing what? Nothing. Does EO deserve better creative? Of course. EO deserves better creative. She deserves more because she's so great. That's what she deserves. She's one of the best talents in the world. But I'm just speaking to the reality situation. I think she dropped the belt at SummerSlam. Hopefully she gets a Asuka match, maybe a Stephanie Vaquer match before SummerSlam, but it is what it is. WWE has always been weird about booking Japanese talent. Weirder than what? Giving them belts? For the women, at least. They all get belts. Kairi, Asuka, Giulia about to get one. Io about to get one. What they do routinely with Joshis is give them title reigns to give them belts. That's usually what happens. If you're a Joshi, unless you're Shuri, you're gonna be champion in some respect at some point, at some time. Would Bianca Belair get the same treatment if she was champion? No, Fed don't know how to book her. You see Bianca Belair's title reign after Damage Control storyline was done? What do I say? They have a storyline they want to tell. Storyline was Bianca Belair versus Damage Control. That's what they wanted to do. Once it was over, you got a trash-ass Bianca Alexa shit. They had trash-ass Bianca Belair Asuka shit, right? I've been consistent. Creative is done with the story they want to tell. They get bored. After Damage Control storyline was done, Bianca's reign was trash. I'm a Bianca Belair fan. I love her. Her reign was trash after Damage Control because they were done telling the storyline they wanted to tell. That's the fear. So, done with Tiffany right now, I think, storyline-wise. And they never really started with EO. So SummerSlam is the time to change the belts. For both of them, probably. For me, Naomi on Friday with Tiffany. When they're done with Becky Lynch as champion for the IC title, they'll make a change. When they're done with Giulia, they'll make a change. That's how it is. I like I said, Asuka versus Io Evolution. I agree. That probably makes the most sense. You're preaching to the choir. It's about storylines. I always say that. Without the belt or not, it's about storylines. About character moments, about storylines. May find, similar to Liv Morgan, Io might get a storyline after she drops the belt. This is how it works sometimes. Like, may be better off creatively, but without the belt, she may be better off. That sucks to hear, but that's kind of how it works sometimes. I think the storyline they're hot for is Naomi. It is Cena. It is Becky stuff. It is Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. I think they're excited about. You can tell what storylines they're excited about, right? Every time you can tell. Those storylines are going to get the most attention and the biggest push. Judgment Day, they're always excited about. You can tell every week with Judgment. There's enthusiasm in the writing. There's actual there's care in it. There's attention to detail. You know, that's how it works. Naomi is a career mid-carder, two-time champion, two-time SmackDown champion, my guy. Two-time champ. Speaking of champions, look at how happy Sari is with her belt that I could give two shits about. But she cares about it. If she's happy, I'm happy. Who did that? She hit me with a like. Let's see. Engagements. Like for Sari. There it is. I'm shamelessly showing you her like. I'm happy for her. I would prefer her not have that belt simply because she's going to have it for a very long time. And I don't love how it's booked often, but whatever. She is happy. You can tell. I'm happy for her. Good for Sari. Move. We move. Any other questions about anything involving anything? Doesn't have to be WWE or not a champion. It could be about anything. Look at Starlight Kid talking shit about Sari. Sari-san has always talked like she's above everyone. The only place to teach her a lesson is in the Stardom ring, right? And to Bozilla as well, don't think that the orange ring and the Stardom ring are the same. That's a shot at Marigold there, Starlight Kid. Spicy from Starlight Kid there. What are you trying to say? First of all, Starlight Kid against Sari, banger. Banger. Starlight Kid against Bozilla, also a banger as well. Exciting stuff, I guess, to look forward to in Stardom ring. Anyhow, when it comes to Stardom right now, it's the freelancers that are making things exciting. Bozilla, Sari. Nobody within the company making things exciting in terms of a feud. Like, they're not pushing Saya against Natspoi. They're not pushing Saya against Sasori Ano. They're not pushing her against anybody within the promotion right now. It's always Sari. It's now Bozilla coming in here and making things interesting. How sustainable is that? I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see what's going on with Stardom. I do like that, even though I'm skeptical of Sari working with Bushiroad, those matchups sound juicy. Sari, Saya, Sari, Starlight Kid, that sounds great. Bozilla in the mix, that sounds awesome. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. We will see. I'm down for belt collector Sari. No, we've seen enough belt collector storylines. I don't need to see another one. I don't need Sari to win a bunch of belts. She already has 2 of them. I don't need any more from her. Let her have her IWGP run, okay? Let her run with that. I don't need to see her winning anything else. Just defend that belt, get it over with, go back to the Fed. As you guys like to call it, the Fed. That's where she needs to go. Do you expect me to be excited about anything else? You're sadly mistaken, okay? are sadly mistaken. I think I'm going to root for her to stay in Japan for much longer. I think after this reign, you need to dip out of there. Run away from the Joshi scene and come back to being a massive star in the WWE and be Gunther. I think Sari can be the Gunther of the women's division in WWE. That's my vision for her. And that's my story and I'm sticking to it. If you expect me to be excited about Ami Sori, I'm just not, okay? Folks are trying to get hyped about Ami Sori against Sai Kamatani a little bit. I don't see the vision. I don't, at least not yet. She's a bigger girl. She's a physical girl. She's decent in the ring. So that's fine. But if this is supposed to excite me, you're lost, okay? Sorry. I think Stardom needs to do a better job with these builds for Saya Kamatani. You have a massive star in Saya. I feel like they had no plan after Tam retired. No plan. Give me Ami Sori and all these other people. I'm not interested in it right now. Maybe that'll change. But right now, ain't happening. Butcher Rhodes should take the... Hi, what's up, Pedro? Butcher Rhodes should take the bandage off and put red belt on Momo Watanabe. They ain't happening. So sorry to tell you. They don't like Momo. They don't value her, unfortunately. I don't know what to tell you. How many defenses do you want Saya Rain 3 right now? She have more than 3 by now. Give me Saya and Natsupoi. Give me Saya and Soriano. Those are matches I want to see. Ami Sori? No. Saya Kaora? No. Aya Sakura? No. You name them, no. Okay, I want to see her challenged. I want to see some bangers. Unfortunately for her, she's so over now. She's a borderline face. Let's be clear. Saya Kamatani is a face now. She could be heel or act heel all she wants. She's a face. She's a baby face, really. So give me Bozilla Saya. That's a match I want to see. There you go. Bozilla Saya Kamatani. Give me that. Give me that match. Let's see how Saya deals with that force of nature. I booked it. There you go, Stardom. I gave it to you for free. Bozilla against Saya Kamatani. Give me that. Cancel King of the Ring. Yeah, ain't happening, my friend. WWE will have Sari eating pins to Morgan. No, she won't. They won't. She won't. No, they won't. That's not happening. I'm telling you, they're going to do right by Sari. They're going to do right by her. I think her, Regal, and Triple H, they're going to do right by her. They're going to come in as a force of nature, I think. I book her like Gunther. Give her the IC title at first. Dominant run with the IC title. Then transition to the world title. I think she has all the tools to be a massive star. If booked correctly, I think she would be this time around. Do you think Japan pays as much as WWE? No. Should she stay away from both companies? What companies? If Vince was around, that Ivy Stephanie Vaquer promo would be racist. Maybe. I always thought of Ami as the bigger star between her and... All right. I haven't seen enough of her. Ami got injured right before the 5-star GP. So the 5-star GP last year, when I really got into Stardom, and I fell in love with the talent by watching them wrestle over and over again. And she was out with the AC tear. So we'll see if this time around, if she's in the 5-star GP, where I'm sure she will be. I'll get a good look at her then, and I'll give you my actual thoughts on Ami Sori. Right now, she's a bigger girl who's a decent worker, but we'll see what happens later on. WWE will nerf Sari. I doubt it. How long before Bozilla goes to NXT? I think similar to Brian May. After this run in Stardom is when she's going to get really noticed from AEW and WWE, and we'll see how it goes. I can see her having matches in AEW first. Remember, Bozilla is like 21. Is that right? 21 years old. 21. She has all the time in the world. My friends. Yeah, I heard about that. Mayu broke her rib. That's unfortunate. right before the 5-star. I'm sorry, right before the Dream Star, she broke her rib. Hopefully she's healthy to go for that PLE. I called it PLE. Wow. Hopefully she's ready to go for that tournament. I'm not convinced because broken rib is no joke, but they need her. She was an important part of that tournament. She's the biggest star they have right now. To have her break a rib right before the Dream Star is very unfortunate. I think the Dream Star is going to be big this year. Really, really big this year. But yeah. Sari wants to take part in the 5-star. That'd be great for Sari. That'd be great for me. As much as I've been poo-pooing on Sari being in the Bushiroad network, it is what it is. She's there. She's going to do it. Fine. Sari in the 5-star GP would be amazing. So many matchups with her. That'd be great. So I can't hate on that. Put her in the match. Put her in the tournament. I'm sure it'd be great. I don't think she's not going to win it, but I love to see her competing against the Starlight Kids, the Sorianos, the Natspoys, the kind of like that. I would love to see that. Suzu's, Bozilla will probably be in there. I would love to see her in that tournament. I can't hate on that. Give me Sari in the 5-star GP. That'd be great. Can't hate. I can't. Dropkick Merchant. No, that's Sayaka Carrara. That's the Dropkick Merchant. Most of the young Joshis are dropkick merchants, to be honest with you. But definitely Sayaka. She's like that's the only move. Oh, I'm sorry. She has a couple of spears as well. Dropkick and spear. That's her entire offense. But fans love her because she's cute and she's so endearing, you know, and she has good character moments in the ring, so they love her, right? But let's be clear. The in-ring is mediocre, to be clear. Okay. Not trying to hate on Sayaka, but that's just a reality situation. Sorry. I missed you, Red Dragon Slayer. You sure did. I sure did miss you. My friend went to Fanatics Fest. Awesome. Well, I don't think it'll happen, but I want this event to be canceled. I don't think it's going to happen either, my friend. I don't think so. I miss Xena. Oh, yeah, she's great. Xena is one of the most unsung talents in the world. I think she's awesome. She's out with injury for a while now. So, yeah, I like Xena. She's great. Great talent. Works in Stardom. Scrolling to see if there's anything else that I've missed. Tonight we're getting NXT. Fatal 4-Way, right? Lash, Shakara, Jordan Grace, and Easy Dame. I believe Last Legend will win tonight. You're going to get Last Legend taking on JC Jane at Evolution. Evolution is in Atlanta. Last Legend hometown is Atlanta. I think that makes sense. I think you're getting Lash winning, facing JC Jane. Some will say, no, you're getting JC Jane against Blake Monroe at Great American Bash. I'm not convinced by that. I think JC Jane will be at Evolution. I think JC Jane showed up at the TNA show with her belt. That speaks to the fact that she's going to be champion a little longer than people think. I think the whole storyline is, hey, she's the most beatable champion. They're telling you that, but she's not going to lose. Okay, that's the story beat here. Oh, she's so beatable. She's going to lose, right? Then she wins, right? Remember when CM Punk said Giulia was going to beat Roxanne Perez very easily, right? What happened? Giulia lost. Setting you up. They are setting you up. I think JT Jane will face Last Legend at Evolution. JT Jane will retain. Last Legend is who people wanted Jade to be. I think Lash is more smooth in the ring. She's more comfortable in the ring. I understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying for sure. I get that point. She's been interested in October. Damn. She had a serious injury, didn't she? Is Blake going to be on NXT tonight? Yes, she is. For sure. Why not? She is for sure. She'll be on that show tonight. Well, do you guys agree? Last Legend wins? Or are you one of the people who think Lash is going to lose to Jordan Grace tonight in that Fatal 4-Way? I think Last Legend wins. But maybe I'm full of shit. We'll see. I heard about Chad Gable as well. He's injured. That's unfortunate. It really is. Damn, time flies. Started the stream at 5:45. It's already been an hour and 15. Jeez. All right, at 7:15, I'm wrapping it up. So we got 15 more minutes. NXT will be a solid show, I'm sure. What else is going on the NXT card? WWE, NXT. The preview. Fatal 4-way. Talked about that already. Josh Briggs against Trick Williams. No offense, Josh, but that doesn't excite me. It doesn't excite me, my friend. Lash, Hikaru, D-Dame, Jordan Grace. Trick Williams, Josh Briggs. Oh, Lord. The storyline I hate the most in all of wrestling. I'm joking. Not all of wrestling. Well, maybe it is. I don't care about this at all. Whenever the Tony D stuff pops up, I always mute the TV or don't pay attention. So I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what the storyline is happening. I don't know what's going on. I don't pay attention to the storyline at all. So I just kind of don't pay attention. So I don't know what's happening. So who cares? Josh Briggs, Trick Williams, I'm sure it'll be fine. This is the one to watch. This is the one. This should be the main event. I'm sure it will be the main event of the show. This is what I want to see. I think Lash wins, folks. I think Lash wins. Did you see the trade proposal? I saw that. I did. I don't pay attention to dumb shit like that. I laughed. Like, yeah, I saw that trade between Bianca and Willow Nightingale. Yeah, I saw that. Thoughts on Chris Statlander joining the Death Riders? I think that it's a mistake. I hate it. But Tony Khan going to Tony Khan. Last, because she's in Atlanta, I agree. You see Tony Khan trying to be slick and put Athena. I saw that. Athena versus Thunder Rosa at All In. Maybe even the pre-show. I'm not convinced. I don't know when it's going to happen, but yeah, I saw that. Athena, Thunder Rosa. This is something. It's something. It's not what we wanted, but it's something. But I would not be surprised if it's on the pre-show. Not at all. I'll be surprised by that, but we'll see. 6:04 over here. 6:04 a.m. Whoa. Yeah, I think that's the main event, and I think that's the only thing that really matters tonight. Honestly, we'll see what Blake Monroe does. We'll see what JT James does. Maybe Masha will show up because JT James showed up on TNA. Maybe Masha will show up tonight on the show. We'll see what happens. We'll see. Oh, by the way, Dom was supposed to face AJ Styles, and that did not go down like it's supposed to because apparently Dom is injured. So no AJ and Dom at the PLE. All right, no, I'm not seeing anything pop up unless, let's see. Oh yeah, Tatum Pasley might be joining the Culling. Don't love that idea, but at this point, I think it's going to happen. So I just have to accept it. Because there's a beef between Tatum and Zarya, because Tatum wanted to go hug Ulrika, and it apparently distracted her. That's a bad excuse, but it happened. So yeah, we have that development between the Culling and Tatum Pasley. What if Tatum came down and helped Easy Dame win tonight? That'd be very stupid. Don't have Easy Dame at Evolution. I think that's dumb. What else is on the show here, or what was on Reddit? Let's see. What else is on Reddit? Let's see. I'm scrolling. Nothing of importance that I can see. Exclusive. Liv Morgan's injury alters plans. You don't say. You don't say. Obviously it does. Obviously it does. Yeah, I'm seeing nothing. Nothing of any importance or consequence. Yep, nothing. All right. Pat, you got 7 to 10 minutes. What's up, IWC? What's up, Pro gamer? Also, do you think Britt Baker will come to WWE? No. I don't think so. They should bring back Mae Young Classic. I agree. It should. It's sad seeing what happened to Zarya. She's fine. They have a goal. They have a storyline between her and Soruka. The turn is gonna come. You're gonna get Soul against Zarya. Zarya will probably take the belt off of Soul. So he has a story. The Zarya Soul Ruka story is what's cooking with them. Cooking, so I wouldn't be worried about her. She's fine. I think she beats Soul Ruka for the belt ultimately. So Zarya has a storyline. She's not who I worry about. I worry about folks who don't have stories. Zarya has one. He has one. But no worries. Cena, Mercedes, 5-star, maybe. I'm worried about Tatum. That I agree. I am also worried about Tatum, actually. We're on the same page there, my friend. I think she's better than they think she is. I like her more than they do. I think she should be pushed as a legitimate singles competitor for the mid-card belt, but she's not. She's kind of like this side character who gets like some I want friends storylines over and over again, but I think she's better than with it. I think she's great. I like her a lot, but she's not getting pushed the way she should. I think she get over it easily with that character she has, and I think she can go. No matter what I think, I'm not Shawn Michaels. I am not Shawn Michaels. Let's take a quick gander of my updated. By the way, this is gonna be a banger. Cannot wait for Kamiya Roja taking on Victoria Yuzuki on Monday. Love it. Love it. I think Victoria Yuzuki is the future. I think she's going to be one of the best Joshis in the world one day. I just feel awesome about Victoria. Taking on the veteran, the icon, the talent that is Kamiya Roja. It's going to be a good one. I love all of this for Victoria Yuzuki. Give her big moments, give her big matches. Sky's the limit. I think she's the future of the Joshi scene for sure. Better than anybody Stardom has in that year. Okay, I'm sorry. She mops the floor with anybody from that year. Okay, the 2023 Stardom rookies. She's better than all of them without question. And if you think otherwise, because you're biased and you hate Mario Gold, because it's quite clear. I saw this one list on Reddit. I made the mistake of going to the Stardom Reddit page, and they had like rankings of the Stardom 2023 rookies. They had her at the bottom. Like, you guys are just biased. Like, you're just biased. Like, the tension between Stardom and Mario Gold is unnecessary. Like, you're gonna lie and say that Sayaka is better than Victoria Yuzuki. Are you crazy? Are you out of your damn mind? Like, let's just stop. Okay, just stop this foolishness. It's really unfortunate that there's that much tribalism amongst the Joshi stands when it comes to Mario Gold and Stardom, that you had to lie to yourself and tell me that Sayaka Carrara is a better talent than Victoria Yuzuki. I think it's foolishness. Like, even when I say Hanako, I respect Hanako. Okay, she's different, bigger girl, different style. You want to say Hanako is better? I don't agree, but I can understand that point if you want to. Giving me Aya and Sayaka is just like a laugh. I'm sorry. Respectfully, I think it's comical. Sorry for that little rant. I get very protective when it comes to Victoria Yuzuki. I'm very protective of that woman. Great. Let's see my updated list if I can find it. This is why I always pin it, because I don't have to go searching. Here it is. My updated list of the best women's matches of 2025. This will be interesting to look at the end of the year. I'm keeping up with it. Been a fun task that I've been up to. New additions have been Sari against Shuri. That just happened. It's at 15. Shuri, Alex Windsor at the bottom. This was the addition that I added not too long ago. Kaya and Shoko. Bring up the rear here at the end. What can we expect? I think the 5-star GP and Dream Star GP will have that's a lot of matches to watch. Those will have a lot of entries, I'm sure. Because I remember my favorite match last year was a quarterfinal between Saya Kamatani and Starlight Kid. That was one of my favorite matches of the entire year. Would have been in my top 5 of last year. So I just know the Dream Star and the 5-star DP will have a lot of entries here. A lot of matches to watch, man. A lot of matches to watch. I don't know if I can do it. Last time I had a lot of free time. Now I don't. If I can imagine watching all those goddamn matches now, I might have to pick and choose which ones I watch. Which is a problem. I want to watch all the matches, but it's just too much. The 5-star DP is just way too much. We'll see how the Dream Star goes. A lot of matches as well. But we'll see. We'll see. Right now, top of the list is still Saya Kamatani, Tam, first one. I don't know if anything's going to top that one. Io, Bianca, Rhea Ripley, Jordan Grace, Tessa, Starlight Kid Arena, Starlight Kid Azumi, Sari, Vinny, Io, Rhea Ripley, Io Watanabe, Mizuki, Sari, Shuri, Soruka, Kalani, Jordan. And the list keeps going. It'll be interesting to see how this list turns up. Now, I see Saya Kamatani's name twice. That's a problem. It was good of the year she had. And it's both of the TAM matches. You need to give Saya Kamatani some hoopers, not Sayaka. Give her some actual hoopers in the ring so she can make this list a little bit more. Because with the run she's having, and the year she's having, she'd have more than 2 entries on a 30 list. Like, this is crazy. Only 2 entries on a 30 match list. Give Saya. I hate so many damn similar names. So many similar names that make my head hurt. Give Kamatani some more bangers. Okay? Because 2 is only 2's not enough. Starlight Kid should come to the Fed next year, not gonna lie. I think she's more likely than some of the other talent. Of all the Joshis, of all the top Joshis, I think she's the most likely down the road. Ignoring Sari, because Sari's already been there. So Sari already has a connection. That's a little different. But besides Sari, I think Starlight Kid is the best option that they could get. That they can persuade. That they could finagle. Everybody else will be a little bit trickier. But yes, I think Starlight Kid is your best bet. She idolizes Mysterio. She loves Rey Mysterio. She said that she wants to see herself compete on the big stage one day in America. She said that once. So I can see that. She's your best bet. Everybody else is like a toss-up. We'll see. 3, Starlight Kid. Those are your favorites. If I'm WWE, I'm contacting this woman, Miyu Watanabe, because she just screams star. She's so likable, so endearing. I don't know if she's on their radar, Miyu. So I don't know about that one. But yeah. Starlight Kid, Shuri. Those are the ones you go after. I'd probably try Kamatani, but she just feels like a lifer. Now, she was inspired by Rhea Ripley. She was inspired by Rhea, so she likes Rhea Ripley, so maybe that's your end. But she just seemed like a tougher get. She feels like a Mayu. Like, she'll be there in Japan forever. So we can try. I would try, but I just don't see it happening. 3, Starlight Kid. Those are your best bets for the WWE, honestly. All right, folks. Starlight Kid going to be eating an Oblivion. Shut up, Mystery. You are killing me right now. I heard a rumor that the tag team Private Party was supposed to be coming to WWE. Private Party supposedly getting cut. Yeah, I don't know the truth about the interest from NXT. I don't know about that, but funny how that works, right? Private Party was getting pushed and they got ignored and now they're out of there. But I think Tony Khan is escaping criticism there. It's interesting. If they were in WWE, I think the criticism would be much louder. Ochika, your favorite in Margot? Chika Goto? Chika Goto is, God bless her, she tries her best. She's likable. She good? No. But she's fine. Goto's okay. Rossi and Triple H are close. I'd love to see Margot collab. Same here. I'd love to see a collab between the two promotions. Let a NXT talent compete in the Dream Star. That'd be cool. Let NXT talent have like some type of like Gold show. That'd be great. I think Rossi needs to reach out more. I always say the connection to WWE, what you have over the rest. Your edge over Stardom, over Sena Girls, over Toshio Joshi Pro Wrestling, over those promotions. Your edge over Marvelous. Your edge is that you're connected to Triple H. You have a contact there. Use it to your advantage. Call up Triple H. Call up Shawn Michaels. Get an NXT talent. That is your edge. Use it. Not using it just dumb. Like Stardom talk to AEW to use AEW talent. Use your connection with NXT. Get some talent over there. Make a splash. It makes too much sense, but he's being stupid. That's just me. All right, folks. I have Soul and Kalani this year as your number one. That's my top 10. Love it. I love that match. It's really, really fun. Is Dakota joining AEW? Maybe. I don't know. Soul Lash to the main roster, please. Lash, I can see. Soul, I think she stays for the Zarya storyline. Yeah. Did Rossi and Triple H even become close? I don't think so. I think they're cordial, but I don't think they're close. Triple H wanted Giulia. He got her. That's that. But I think Rossi should try to reach out more. Just too stupid to not use that connection. I think it's dumb. Imagine Sol Ruka in the Dream Star GP. Imagine even Hayden Paxley, even JC Dane, even like Connie Jordan. Imagine Connie Jordan in the Dream Star GP. Call up the NXT, ask for a talent for like a few months. It's a good experience. Like who wouldn't want to spend some time in Japan? Great experience for you to develop some skills. Makes a splash. Now I do think in October for the what's it called? Keep getting the name of that damn show. Grand Destiny. In October, you're gonna get EO. You're gonna get Giulia over there as well for the Grand Destiny. I keep forgetting the name. I just said it. Grand Destiny. Okay, you're gonna get Giulia in EO for the Grand Destiny show. Cool, but I think he should reach out more to get more talent from the WWE. At this rate, TKO gonna buy New Japan. Well, New Japan is owned by Bushiroad, so they have to buy Bushiroad. I don't think that happening. I don't see that happening. Then I'm buying Bushiroad. That's not happening. It'd be funny, but it ain't happening. Do you believe WWE and New Japan will be happen in the future? More collaborations, just like TNA? No, because I think Bushiroad is very much loyal to AW. I think there will need to be a falling out. There will need to be a massive falling out between AW and Bushiroad. Big falling out for that to happen. That'd be crazy. But I don't think it's gonna happen. Tony Khan, folks like him. He's a likable guy, apparently. I don't see them turning on Tony Khan anytime soon. So I think the AW Bushiroad connection will be strong. WWE doesn't need anybody. They don't care to have anybody, so they're not going to reach out to New Japan or Mark Gold. Mark Gold needs to reach out to them. That's what needs to happen. They need to reach out to WWE, get some more buzz. That's just my opinion. Rossi can do what he wants. All right, folks. Now it's really time to get out of here. Thanks for joining me for the stream. I think the Friday show should be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. No need to worry. Sure, it'll be fine. I'm not worried. You should be worried. Enjoy the shows. It'll be good. Hopefully, we get some good story beats coming out of Saudi Arabia. Do me a favor. Hit like, subscribe if you're not subscribed. And I will see you sometime later this week. Maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday. I don't know. I'll decide. Enjoy NXT. Later.